Well, welcome everyone. You probably read the title, okay? You might be thinking this dude is making just clickbait with the title, but I'm not. The new pet actually fucking sucks, and I'm gonna showcase why, okay? Because right now we have some status fights going on. I mean, they're really lackluster, so I'm just off to sleep after I record this. So I have it to upload for tomorrow. But I just made this pet. These Musrock Aurochs. Okay, so I made the skill 1 star and I added the Fatal Bite, and fuck me because I spent like 800 pet coins on the Counter-Strike level 1 because I wanted to give it a first shot and test it out. Okay. Now, why is the Venomous Lizard actually still the king of infantry pets? Wait, what is this pet? Okay, this one. Why is this still better than the new one? We check the skill, okay. I'm gonna see if you spot it, okay. But to start with, 12% chance to inflict poison on an attacker for 3 seconds when your legion is hit by a normal attack. Poison deals damage every second for 3 seconds. The damage factor, okay, wherever. We check this one, it says for the next 3 seconds, that means after casting the skill of the hero, the Legion's infantry unit gains 3.6 HP and deal physical damage twice to the enemy legions that deal damage to them, okay? To the enemy legions that deal damage to them, damage factor wherever, damage can be triggered up to 5 times per second. So the initial thoughts for me is this is a better pet because it doesn't have the cap of the Venomous Lizard, which is 1 target per second. You sometimes may see with the Venomous Lizard that you're dealing damage to several people at the same time. That's due because the damage lasts for 3 seconds. It's not because all those people got hit by the Venomous Lizard at the same time, okay? So that was my initial thought. I said, bro, the new pet looks kind of broken because it's like a Venomous Lizard but with no internal cooldown of maximum 1 target per second. You know, you can hit up to, damage can be triggered up to 5 times per second. And you deal physical skill damage twice to enemy legions that deal damage to them, so there's no cap here, okay? Well, I decided to test out the pet with my Orange Cobble, okay? If you can see, for example, this was against 75s, pretty sure. Okay. Where is it? Here. Okay, as you can see, I have the pet here, okay? Look at this. WARPET skills damage 0. WARPET skills damage 0. WARPET skills damage 0. Okay. WARPET skills damage 0. Look at this. WARPET skills 1.2k. Now I'm gonna explain why, but I'm trying to see if you figure out on your own. WARPET skills damage 1.1k. WARPET skills damage 269. WARPET skills damage 660. Okay. Sure if you figure out why yet. WARPET skills 1.5k. WARPET skills 373. 0 again. 0 again. Why would this be 0? You might be asking. 105. And 0 again. Now, did you figure out yet why this pet is dealing 0 damage and why I say it actually sucks? Well, the main fucking issue that this pet has attack range melee versus the Venomous Lizard who has attack range very far away, okay? Which means, yeah, you're not dealing damage to all the range units that are hitting you from non-melee range, which fucking sucks, because this drops the DPS of the pet a shit ton. If you're gonna face infantry or cavalry, sure, this pet is probably better than the Venomous Lizard. Like, pretty sure he's gonna have more DPS, okay? Or in theory should have. But the issue is that when you're getting swarmed by like 60 range units, with this pet you're dealing to them 0. You're doing 0 damage to the enemy units with this pet. Which for me kinda kills it, not gonna lie. I'd rather go with my Venomous Lizard. I was capturing 5 Musrock Aurochs there now for the recent days. Now this is just, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm going for another Venomous Lizard. Like, sure, this has less DPS, but at least I can hit the enemy range units. Like, the range being melee, maybe if it was short, you know, like close by, or like the Outrider's range, it'd be like, sure. because then you still have the chance to hit some range units if they are, you know, like either they just like you hit them and they just take 2 steps back, and so you still can deal damage to them. But this requires melee range, which melee range you're most of the times either gonna be hitting some infantry or some cavalry. Okay, now maybe this pet deals so much damage that it outweighs the Venomous Lizard hitting all the enemy range units. I just don't see it. Like, I think this absolutely sucks. I think I lost one of my reports. Okay, no, for example, here I got kinda cooked. Venomous Lizard, 0 damage, I don't know why. Oh, well, probably got hit by AoE. Okay, here. 475. 1.3k damage. 1.9k damage. 0 damage, probably hit. What is this? How? How is this even a thing? Oh, AoE damage from Gorsh Goal, from Gorsh skills. Okay, 667. 1.3k damage from my pet. 2.2k damage from my pet. Almost 1k. Almost 3k. 732. I mean, do you get the point? With the Venomous Lizard, even though it may have less DPS, it's damaging everything. No matter the range, no matter anything of that. The issue with the new pet is that it needs to be melee range. And I think that kinda sucks a lot, to be honest. Like, if you're going face to face versus other infantry, which I think it's kind of the design of the new ones, to be honest, like, you yell them into a shield wall of infantry, so you reduce their HP, so your DPS on your murder ball can nuke them down. Like, I think this pair is going to be super important, mainly because what they're going to help you do is kill the enemy infantry way faster due to the HP reduction. And if you win the infantry fight, then you have the lead to push into the enemy mortar ball with your infantry, slowing them down, CCing them, and pretty much just winning the fight. I think that's why they're gonna be so important. But I'm not sure on the pet. I think the pet kinda sucks because while you're facing that infantry versus infantry, you're not gonna be dealing damage to all the enemy DPS as you will do with the Venomous Lizard. Yes, sure, you might be doing more damage to what is it called? You might be doing more damage to the enemy infantry, but it's not even gonna be that much. Do you know where I think this pet actually works well? If you're using it with Gorish Coal, well, more like Skull Gorish, Spiritbone Torque, and you're using that March to find your usual 5-cap bomber and just YOLO your Skull Gorish inside, taunt the enemy cavalry to make it hit you. I think there, this pet is gonna melt the enemy cavalry. But apart from that, I think this pet actually just sucks. Just because one tiny thing, which is the range on the pet. I just don't like it. Like, maybe we're not talking rallies or garrison, okay? We're talking strictly open field, okay? Like, again, infantry just, like, okay, cavalry is gonna bite you, so the only thing that are hitting infantry is range units and other enemy infantry. Do you really care that your pet is dealing like slightly more damage to the enemy infantry but to no one else, versus having a Venomous Lizard, which sure maybe has less DPS but is hitting everyone, okay? So for that reason, I think I'm gonna stop for now. Like, maybe I'm wrong and down the line we see that this pet actually performs overall, but I do not think this is gonna perform overall, to be honest. Just because the range is melee. Even if I go in like, I flank with my infantry, I rush into the enemy range mortar ball, I press my Spiritbone Torque, I'm getting one cycle of this. That's how long I'm gonna taunt them for 5 seconds, they're gonna hit me, I'm probably casting one rage kill, so then I'm being able to proc this. Unless this like goes to crazy amounts of damage, you're better off with the Venomous Lizard, because you're not depending on the Spiritbone Torque to keep people at your melee range. So yeah, I'm just fucking disappointed, not gonna lie. Because I was really hyped for this pet, and now I feel I just waited one fatal by 1 star and 800 pet guns, so yeah, catch you in the next one.